Sony has consistently taken the time. They've consistently given their studios everything that they need to create the best content that you can possibly get on console in any generation that you're in. And this highlights the stark contrast between their belief and their trust in their own developers compared to Microsoft. They're willing to go the distance. They're willing to see an idea through from beginning to the middle to the end. And they're willing to fund projects that are risky. They're willing to create giant narrative experiences that hit hard with gamers. Just last generation, the only system that created brand new worlds, brand new characters that were successful, that carried forward to this generation, was Sony. Horizon Zero Dawn, Ghost of Tsushima, you've got Spider-Man to a lesser degree, the sequel to Last of Us, a brand new IP that they created on the PlayStation 3, carried forward to the PlayStation 5, The Last of Us 2. This highlights the stark contrast between what Microsoft is doing. Sony has exposed Microsoft's weakness, their inability to create great genre-defining content in any generation that they're in. When you think about Halo, when you think about Gears of War, when you think about Fable, these were all deals with other studios to get those games. They were not created internally at Microsoft from scratch. The only thing that they created internally from scratch that I can think of recently is Sea of Thieves. And again, you can say that game is successful, but no one's running out to buy an Xbox for Sea of Thieves. It isn't in the conversation around Game of the Year. It isn't even in the conversation around great, again, genre-defining games. So, when will Microsoft catch up to Sony? Will they? Do they even want to create the kind of high art that Sony creates in the industry? That's what I want to discuss here in this video. When you look at Game Pass, it doesn't really lead to or even skew towards the type of games that most console gamers are used to getting. So you take a look at games like Horizon or Ghost of Tsushima, or even games from the past like Fable from Microsoft, these really big open world action adventure games, characters being created, characters and worlds being created with the thought of them identifying with the brand, carrying forward from generation to generation. Just like the original Halo and Master Chief, everyone had to buy the next Xbox for the next Halo. Everyone is going to buy the next PlayStation, which is the PlayStation 5. It's why it's the leader already. It's why it's past 10 million, because people want those experiences, those sequels. They want to stay with those characters, and they want to stay with those worlds that are created. Microsoft, on the other hand, has a subscription service that does not skew towards those type of games. Think back to Phil Spencer saying, once again, single-player games are harder to make than ever. They're more of a risk. Literally, a week or two before Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda Breath of the Wild came out. I don't know how much of a bigger fool you could look like by saying that and having those two games come out. One, a studio who's done nothing but shooters, creating something that, again, defined the genre. And the other, obviously, being Nintendo, making nothing but some of the best single-player games possible. And again, these games can be monetized. Look at Ghost of Tsushima, DLC, 17 extra hours of content, keeping that world and that character in gamers' minds until the next game. Now, I'm not saying that's all you have to make, but when you don't make anything like that, clearly there's a gap that you need to fill. And again, the argument of, hey, where's Sony's multiplayer game? Where's Microsoft's multiplayer game? Multiplayer games that can stand up to Call of Duty, Fortnite, Battlefield, Apex Legends, they don't exist. You can create your own and hope to get an audience that stays engaged, but you're never going to beat third-party multiplayer games. They're the dominant choice. Again, I'll say this over and over and over again. Don't feed people what they're getting. Give them what they're not. If you've got an audience that's getting nothing but steak, come in there and give them some potatoes. That's what they want. They want something different. Fill the market. Give the market what it isn't getting, not what it is. Halo's always been an incredibly unique single-player game with great multiplayer, great character, great worlds, a beginning, middle, and end. Don't give me this arc nonsense when it comes to stories and episodic content. And you're seeing the degradation of Halo, the problems that forcing these games into a games-as-a-service model are bringing about. Halo, no co-op, no single-player campaign shown. We don't even know how long the campaign is going to be. So convince me otherwise in the comments section below. Is Game Pass going to lead to a certain type of content for Xbox and Xbox users? Am I going to have to continue to support and purchase PlayStations for those really, really big AAA, great worlds, great characters, and quality from beginning, middle to end? Or will Microsoft finally step up to the plate and finally deliver games that are worthy of being in the discussion of Game of the Year, despite the fact that they have to keep you renting games and subscribed in a service like Game Pass? Let me know in the comment section below. Think about subscribing to the channel, sharing the video out, at the very least hitting the like button, and I will see you in the next video.